tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Guy Scar, and Anzo.
Fire, peace. 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
And here we go.
Ah, yes, here we go. The regular 3 in the house for the rule of 3, guys. Tonight, it's just going to be the 3 questions. Got a 4th bonus question that we'll kind of talk about. But other than that, we're going to get right to it. We'll be back to the final 5 next week. But let's get right to this since we started a little bit late. We're going to start over here with Anzo. Anzo, tell everybody about yourself, your channel, all that good stuff. Tell us about tonight's OOC.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. You know the channel. I don't really got much for the OC tonight. We're just going to wing it and see what happens, but can't wait to get these topics underway. Let's do it.
Sometimes that's just how you got to do it. Sometimes.
Yep.
That's it. All right, Danny, you're on the road. Tell everybody about yourself, your channel, all that good stuff.
I'm Danny Graham, a.k.a. Comic Chat. You can find me here with these 2 gentlemen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights here on Khaos Central. Sometimes on Saturday, depending on my work schedule, we do a little show called Square One, where we talk sports. It is a lot of drama going on in Laker Nation, so make sure I'll cover that on Saturday. Should my job allows me to. I may pop in on Anzo's show a little bit later than that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm on the road, probably an hour away from home. But I'm still going to go ahead and join y'all 2 fellas, and let's go ahead and get the show started.
Awesome. All right, guys, you know how we do it. We got 3 questions. We do one of 2 types of formats here. We either do the wheel with 9 topics on it. 3 topics get picked. It could be sports, pop culture, or current events. And then we have the pick a door. It seems like the pick a door thing has been popular lately, so we're going to stick with that today. We're going to bring that up right now. It's pick a door. So I know what these are, but you guys have both picked the first ones before. So what I'm going to do, we got Tony Robinson, Mad Mama Bear there, Drop Shop, David. We've got, who else do we have here? Basil's here. We have Dandelion Fluff. Guys, I'm going to let you guys pick it. I want you guys in the chat to put down if you want door number 1, 2, or 3. We're going to make this.
Put up a poll.
Oh, yeah, I will. What happened there?
Yeah,
We're going to put up a poll, guys, really quick. We're going to start this out with a poll, and we will do this. Get in there. Boom. Here we go. I will start with the poll. We'll get the poll. We'll get the poll. Come on, poll. Here we go. Oh, wait. Do that. Add an option. Make it 1, 2, or 3, and it's going to be up, guys. Vote in that poll that's right there. I'll kind of look, and we'll go about 30 seconds. I'll go back here, and I got a 30-second timer. I'll play it right now. Make sure you guys can hear it. Seconds, 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to end the poll right there. Let's see what we got. Move that over here for 3 minutes. Oops, wrong thing. Right there. All right. Okay, the poll is 60% for door number 2. So we will stick and go with door number 2. Johnny Depp's case against Amber Heard will be telling. Believe that this might help repair his image and get him back into the Hollywood world, or could it possibly damage his image more by what is said during the case?
I'll go first.
Okay, 3 minutes on the board. Anzo, your time starts now.
To be honest with you, I don't care, man. First off, I don't think this case is even big enough to be put on court TV, or you know what I mean? But I guess it's people that really care about what happens in celebrities' lives and want to know what the situation is. Will it look good on him? Well, I don't know. From what we've heard from all the videos and all the stuff that has happened and came out, it seems that Amber Heard was pretty much lying. Amber Heard seems to be the one who has abused him. So if he has all that proof, it should be good with him. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of a double standard that he's having a hard time finding jobs and he hasn't even been proven guilty yet of anything, right? And then when all this information comes out, it seems like he's actually innocent, but yet he's still having a hard time finding jobs, while Amber Heard is very easily, in Aquaman 2. I think she was in a couple of other things. They had her do the reshoots for Justice League. So at the end of the day, maybe it'll get him back in the good graces of Hollywood. But I think most people that have been following the case already kind of are on his side now anyways. So I don't know, man. It's kind of weird to me that this is something that they would put on court TV. I guess people will watch it. We'll see what happens. But this could set a precedent now, because if this does good numbers on court TV, next thing you know, everybody's court case is going to be on court TV, right? Anytime a celebrity has an issue or anytime there's some bullshit like this, hey, let's put it on court TV, and I just don't know if I know I don't care enough, to be honest with you. I think Dandelion have said it plenty times, and I'm on that case too, where I don't care about what celebrities do in their private life or anything like that. I mean, they're human beings as well, but it's just people feel like that they're celebrities. They've got to put them on a fucking pedestal and know everything about their life and what they're eating, and if did their shit have corn in it and shit like, or did their shit have corn in it and shit like that. It's ridiculous, man. So, hey, man, hopefully truth comes out and whoever is wrong gets punished and whoever is right, career keeps going on, because that's how they make their living. And at the end of the day, I never want to take away the way someone makes their living. So I mean, that's it. I could care less, to be honest with you.
Okay, no, that's fine. No, perfect. Danny, 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
I'm going to agree with some of the things Alonzo said. I really don't care what an individual does in his or her private life, but celebrities, sometimes the thing that they allow us to see is interesting. And what really made me kind of really give a damn about Johnny Depp's case is I saw a recent YouTube, and a point that was made that really hammered home to me, and it's like, there is no proof saying I did what Amber Heard said, and I'm getting shunned. But they clearly saw Will Smith slap Chris Rock on the stage, and they cheered for him 45 minutes later and congratulate him, did all kind of stuff. So to me, that is fucking crazy and unfair. So for that reason alone, I hope he has his day in court, and I hope that he's able to prove himself innocent, and so he can get back to some kind of life, because it's not fair if this man is innocent. That's what the court system is. The foundation is supposed to be on. Justice is blind, and you are innocent until proven guilty. But this cancer culture and this society and where we live in now is so finicky and full of shit, because Will Smith was dead wrong, and that point that was made on that YouTube I thought I said to y'all guys, and people said it also, but Johnny Depp said, man, somebody with enough stroke, even with not enough stroke, says one negative thing about you, and now it gets on these social media platforms, and it destroys your life. So I hope that the same social media is innocent. It's truly unfair. Amber Heard, I think that she lied, so she should be punished. I think Jada Pinkett Smith is legitimately trying to destroy Will Smith. So in the end, she should get it. But do I really care about these individuals? They keep their life private? No. But as a celebrity, we know that they open or kind of peel the layers back and let us see some stuff. And sometimes the stuff is interesting. Sometimes it's stupid. Sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes it's funny. But sometimes it engages, or we can relate to certain aspects of it. I can relate to what Johnny Depp is saying. I did nothing wrong, and I will use a touchy subject here. Colin Kaepernick did nothing wrong, but he was destroyed. Johnny Depp did nothing wrong, and for all intents and purposes, he is destroyed. Unless he can exonerate him, he can get redemption.
All right. Very good. Let's see here. David says Depp hasn't been that big even before Amber Heard thing, so I doubt it will boost his. I beg to differ. He had all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He's Edward Scissorhands. He was Tim Burton's freaking golden child. Everything Tim Burton almost had him in it. I think he had a place. I mean, Sleepy Hollow, Sweeney Todd. I mean, there's tons of movies out there. Yes, you have to like that type of stuff for you to see him as a big star. But I think he was a big star. Not that I count as exactly what to do or what counts. Guys, make sure you vote. We got a poll up right now. 3 minutes for me. Okay, I'm right there with you guys. It's Hollywood. I don't necessarily care, but I do want Johnny Depp to win this. I want Johnny Depp to get redemption because I love Johnny Depp. I love him. I think he's been wronged. The same thing that happens to so many stars overseas in England happened to him. The son gets away with murder over there because the laws, they know how to write to not break their laws. And then when you have to take them to court, you have to go over there. And they rarely lose. So that was unfortunate, but now he's going to be here in the States. Now, first off, I don't think him or Amber Heard had anything to do with this. I wonder if there's somebody at Court TV that's saying, you know what? I think Johnny Depp is getting railroaded in all of this, and I want this on our network so people can see that he's being railroaded. And honestly, that's the best thing that could happen to him. Lots of people have heard all the stuff that's been talked about. It's been in papers. It's been all over the place. The things that Amber Heard has said he's done, the things he said Amber Heard's done. This is going to be in court, and we're going to see how far she's willing to go to try to keep saying he did these things. And it will be a lot of justice to Johnny Depp if he's telling the truth, and I believe he is. So I believe it will help. Now, if a lot of stuff comes out that is on more with her telling the truth, this will be the end of Johnny Depp. But I don't think his camp, because him and Amber Heard both had to sign off on this, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that for certain, but I think they would both have to sign off on it. I think that he might be the one that says, hey, I want this. I want people to see this. I want people to know what happened. And I think it will help him. I think Hollywood will look back at it and go like, okay, well, we can give him back. We need him back. And, he was getting into some movies like The Lone Ranger. I don't know why they ever casted him as Tonto. It was like, that was a horrible choice. And I think maybe Hollywood needed a break from Johnny Depp for a little bit because he was doing all sorts of stuff. And, but I think that since he's been out for a while, it would be beneficial for them to bring him back. So I think this court case will help with that. Yeah. So let's go for 3 minutes together, guys. I don't like to deal with the Hollywood drama stuff. This is very much a private lifestyle thing. This is something we've talked about Will Smith and Jada, those two, and what they've put out there. Why do they do this? You know, one moment you got these Hollywood people saying, "Oh, we don't want anybody in our life. Who just leave us the fuck alone." And then 2 seconds later, you got people like Will and Jada who are out there on camera talking about an entanglement. I mean, so it is kind of weird, isn't it?
To me,
Yeah.
I think these famous people don't put the right people around them, because you should always have somebody in your camp that should tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not, and keep you grounded. But you always gonna do this crazy stuff, in my opinion. When you got yes men or yes women in your camp. Yeah, girl. Yeah, man. You Jada Pinkett Smith. You Will Smith. You gotta have somebody in there back. Look, man, that's some dumbass shit. Don't do that. Because it's only gonna. I don't think they got people that get in trouble. Some people, not all, that get in trouble and do these crazy outlandish things are doing it because people in their circle is pushing them. Man, you gotta stay relevant. That's cool. That's hot. Instead of taking a step back and say, look, how is this going to affect me 10, 15, 20 years from now?
Mm-hmm. My question is, you see, Johnny Depp's stock was kind of fallen by the time this has happened, right? So do you think if it was a bigger star that we wouldn't be going through this for so long?
Say that again. Say it one more time. Do you think if it was a bigger star, we wouldn't be dealing with this so long? Is that?
Yeah, they would have ended this case quicker.
I think a bigger star, depending on who it is. Well, think of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's maybe not the best person, but Bill Cosby's Bill Cosby. He's everybody's dad on TV type thing. And when all that stuff happened, I mean,
yeah,
I think that's almost.
Bill Cosby wasn't really relevant at the time. I'm talking like, let's say it was a case against like The Rock.
But if people are saying that Bill Cosby was becoming irrelevant again because he was making these bold statements about politics and stuff, and the stories that I've heard, I haven't confirmed, that he was beginning to be a serious thorn in Trump's side. And there's stories out there that said Trump had all this stuff stirred back up. I don't know if that's true. Those are just stories that I've heard.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that if it was somebody like The Rock, man, I don't know. It depends on what it is. I mean, basically the problem why this has lasted so long is that, first off, COVID. They couldn't go to court overseas. Everything was shut down. So they had to wait for that. Because before COVID hit in 20, in 19, they were gearing up to get to the Sun case overseas. And then this was supposed to hit pretty much afterwards. Some people thought maybe simultaneously, they thought at one point. And I think COVID is what really drug this out. And then plenty of people had time to talk about it. So I think The Rock, being who he is and money he has, and I don't know what Johnny Depp has money-wise, but I think because if he had something like this, yes, it probably would have been over quicker, because The Rock, his worth on screen is way over what Johnny Depp's is currently. There's outrage.
Go
ahead.
I think some people, or some celebrities, get more of a pass than others because of their popularity and also how heinous the offense may be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that, like I said, The Rock's worth on screen, him in a movie, is worth way more than Johnny Depp's is. And even though people had a problem with Johnny Depp not being in the coming up Fantastic Beasts movie, it's not stirring the pot as much. Think about Black Adam. If The Rock got in this right now, Warner Brothers would want it over before Black Adam came out. So Anzo does have a good point.
No, I don't know. He might, because I think this Will Smith thing gonna be around for a long time.
Oh, I do too. And we'll talk. Might talk a little bit about that, but wrong thing. Anyways, we'll see about that. Okay, so chat pick first. I'm gonna close this poll up really quick, and 64% currently think that it will help his cause, but I think it's a very close thing here. But
Yeah.
let's see here. Anzo, go ahead, pick 1 or 3.
Door number 3.
Door number 3. Do you believe there should be a hard age limit for politicians, term limits, a vote out by petition law in countries like the United States and Canada? Why or why not? Basically, should there be term limits? Should there be an age limit? Should you be able to petition to have a vote in your state or country to take people out of office if they're doing something wrong? What do you think about this, guys? Danny, you want to go first?
Yeah.
All right, 3 minutes. Go.
I definitely think there should be an age limit. I want to think if you hadn't been elected before age 60, you'll even be eligible. You got to be in a reasonable good amount of health. I don't think that there should be something in place where you can vote somebody out with a petition because they're doing something illegal or wrong. Then that's what impeachment's for. Just because somebody's doing something you don't necessarily agree with, then that's not reason to kick them out if the decisions they're making are competent. Because there are a lot of things that people do that are competent that we don't necessarily agree with. Or in our mind, we don't think it's competent because we don't particularly agree with it. But if it's not something illegal, then I don't think just because we don't like it, we should, okay, let's get a petition to get them out of here. No, I don't think that's right. As long as the person is not doing another thing illegal, then I'm against the petition. If they're doing something illegal, then of course that's when we start the impeachment process and get him or her out of there. Just like in Secret Service, in the FBI and all that kind of stuff, they have particular guidelines. If I'm not mistaken, you can't work past 55. If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere in there. And if you're not, you got to be already in there before age 38. If you turn 38, they will not hire you because you can't work 25 years before I think the cutoff date. So I think the cutoff date is 55 for retirement, not mandatory. So I definitely think for the president it should be the same thing, even though it's not as strenuous. But you don't know how strong your mental faculties are and common sense that most people, as they get higher up in age, they're not as alert or as physically fit or can stand the stress and normal strain of such a high pressure job like the President of the United States. That calls on a lot of sometimes physical stamina for staying up, and being able to gather a lot of information and process information and make good, sound decisions. So I definitely think that you should be 55, 60 somewhere. That should be the cutoff. No, I don't agree with the petition to get you out of there. And yeah, that's about it.
So my question to you is, when I wrote the vote out by petition, I think that should almost take over for impeachment. If Congress or the governing body of a state or federal government believes that impeachment is necessary, I honestly think that should be a vote of the people. Because lots of times politics becomes ingrained into Congress people, and that makes it so they may not vote a person out who is doing something wrong. So is that up to the people, or I think that the United States people and people like in Canada and other countries that have similar governing bodies should really be the ones deciding if these people stay or leave. It shouldn't be up to those people inside that group. And like, for instance, if they get raises, those things, I believe that's a vote of the people, I think, that should decide that. Do you?
The raises and stuff, I don't have a problem with that being voted on and stuff. But a lot of times, average Americans don't have a clear understanding of the laws. So you see something on TV, oh, I saw on Law and Order that such and such and such. You gotta have a clear understanding of these laws. I don't want to put that kind of power into people's hands because they can fuck it up. I feel more comfortable if someone that's been trained to do that kind of stuff can gather the information and do it on a fair and unbiased. If the president or the senator or the representative or the elected official does something illegal, then impeach their ass and get them out of there. Leave it up to the people whether or not it should be voted out. I don't think that's too much power for the people, in my opinion.
All right. 3 minutes on, so go ahead.
I definitely agree with Danny. I think there should be an age limit. If you're of a certain age, you shouldn't be able to run. And I also think that you should only have maybe 2 or 3 terms, right? President can only be president for 2 years, right? I mean, for 8 years, right? 2 terms. So give the congressmen and senators the same thing, 2 terms, you know? That way you get fresh people in there all the time. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, really and truly, does it really matter who's in office at this point, right? Because how many times have we put our hopes and I guess dreams in a president, and off of everything they said during their campaign, and then when they went to their campaign, they didn't do anything that they promised that they would do, right? They may have tried to do it, not saying they didn't, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the Senate and Congress and all kinds of red tape to get a bill passed and this and that. So it's not easy, right? A president can't just say, hey, I want to do this, and it happens, So that's why for me, like politics, I could care less about it. Don't get into it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just feel like, I guess, you can't have old, like everybody's making fun of Biden, right? How old is Biden? Like 80? You know what I mean? I remember when he was running, people were like, oh, Biden's going to die, and then Camilla's going to be the president and all kinds of stuff, right? So maybe a little bit too old to be running for president. Plus, you're going to be running for 4 years and then try and get reelected to run for another 4 years. That's 8 years of your life. If you're 80, by the time you're done, you're 88. You know what I mean? People talking about how the man's wearing pens and the man can't remember any of the things that he talks about and all kinds of stuff. I definitely think that there should be an age limit. You know what I mean? Plus, to be honest with you, I find, and maybe not with politics, but maybe it'll change as the younger generation gets older. Younger generation is more sympathetic to things. You know what I mean? I don't think they're as racist as older generations are. So you get some of these younger people in Congress, and maybe we can get some changes. Maybe we can get some good things changing. But we also have a lot of things that I personally don't agree with. Right. And some of the generation does agree with that. So maybe they get in there and they fuck things up as well. So it's a catch-22, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, age limit and have a cap on how many times you can run for term. And I'll live with that. I'll live with that.
All right. Let's go here. Okay. I've always said, term limits, absolutely. Age limits, and I know lots of the reasons why the United States and other countries don't have is because there are protections for age discrimination. But I don't think it's age discrimination. I think it is literally, we know that the faculties of people who get older are not nearly as good as people who are younger. We know this. And as far as term limits go, I believe that you should get a set amount of time of a political career. So let's say you're given 20 years. You could do 2 terms of Senate in 8 years. You can do 2 terms as president at 16 years. And you could do 2 terms as House of Representatives. That's 4 years. And that's 20 years. I think, you could pick and choose how long you want to be. I think there should be a length of time, or yes, term limits, 2 years, 2 Senate terms, 1 representative term, if you want to do it that way. You get 3 terms in Congress, whichever way you want to do it. President already has one. I think every governing body, down to even things like your school board, should have term limits, because how else do you get new ideas? If you have the same guy in there for 70 years, which don't laugh at 70 years, people. We've had people in the United States government who have lasted 70 years, if I remember right. I don't know that absolutely for fact, but I'm pretty sure I'm speaking some truth there. If you got the same person in there for 70 years, 50 years even, 40 years, I mean, come on, that's ridiculous, because that means nothing new is coming out of that person's mind. That person is set in what he believes, or she. I believe that's the only way you can inspire new thought. It's the only way the country can move forward. And I believe that that's a very doable thing. The problem is you got people who are too greedy to let it happen. Because if that goes to Congress, they're not going to vote for it. They're gonna. Every one of them will probably vote it down, which is ridiculous. But I think term limits. Now, the whole removal by petition, I believe that there are people who get away with certain things because they're a politician. They just, we know it, we hear it, we see that they do things, and yet nothing happens to them. I believe if you think you can bring up a case on that person that they are doing things that are detrimental to the job that they hold, that you should be able to try to petition for it. Now, yes, there should be rules on how many people need to sign that petition, and then you have to go through for a vote within wherever the petition is, if it's the whole country, state, county, wherever, and then at that point it can move forward to a removal. But let's talk about this together. We're all for term limits, all of us, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I don't agree with that petition, because what I might think is detrimental may not be detrimental what you think is detrimental. So because 1,500 voters in this precinct think that you buying whatever is detrimental.
Yeah.
And it's not illegal, I'm going to get put out because y'all didn't necessarily agree with what I said. I don't think that's right. If it's something illegal, then yes. If you want to make the impeachment more sterner, put more teeth in that particular law, I'm for that. But just because you don't necessarily agree with the way I'm doing stuff, but it's not illegal, maybe it's just not to your liking, I don't think that should garner you the ability to have a petition to get me out because you don't agree with what I'm.
No, I do get that. You have people who are very, very religious that would say that anybody who comes up with progressive thoughts like LGBTQ, women's rights, things like that, there are a lot of people who would consider that wrong. So you got a very good point there, Danny. What's it like up there, Anzo? I mean, do you guys have term limits across the board? Or
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. Especially when it comes to like our Senate and Congress and stuff like that. I believe that there are time limits. I'm just not sure what they are.
Okay, oh, that's fine. No, I just think that, again, the best way to bring forward new ideas is to get new people. I've heard jokes about like the president should be picked like jury duty.
What was that, Danny?
I do believe that. Say for instance, a president has done 2 terms, and then one comes in and totally just destroys stuff or makes stuff worse. There should be a special petition for that, and if they want to give that president that the people thought was good, and enough petitions come in to give them a third and final, I would be open to something like that term.
I don't know. FDR stated that when they put that rule in, he said no person should have to be president for more than 8 years. He was tired after his 3rd term and died during his 4th term. I don't know. That just seems.
It just depends on the quality of I don't think that should be. What's the word I want to use? It depends on the quality of the leader, because sometimes there are exceptions to the rule. There are leaders
Mm-hmm.
that transcend certain rules and regulations. I'm just saying, not every time. Let's just say, for instance, Ronald Reagan. People love, even Democrats and Republicans both seem to love Ronald Reagan. Let's just say, for instance, Ronald Reagan in his early 60s, he comes in, and Jimmy Carter comes in. People didn't like Jimmy Carter. I think it was one term, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
To get the country back rolling, let's do a special petition, and if we get enough votes, if he wants to come back, let's give him a third and final petition to try to put the country back on the right place again. I wouldn't be open. I would be open for that. I wouldn't have an objection to that.
Okay, that's cool. All right, guys. Last question. I think you guys like this one. Disney has announced that after finding, and I use air quotes here, finding a letter where Walt Disney expressed that his animated movies should not be remade, and actually what he said is he believed they were timeless classics that could not be remade. And I'd have to go find the article. I sent it to you guys, but because he said that they now will halt all production on their live action remakes. Now, is this just a way to get around admitting that people don't like these remakes and that they're wrong? Or is it a genuine try to follow Walt's wishes?
All right. I got it.
All right, who wants to go first? You want to go first, Danny?
You can go.
I'll go.
Okay, Anza. 3 minutes, go.
This is okay, so first off, let's be real, right? Are the movies remakes good? Some of them yes, some of them no. Do they make money? Yes, they fucking make money. All of them have made money, right? Lion King. Maybe not sure what Dumbo did, but I'm pretty sure Dumbo made money. Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, whichever ones you can remember, they make money. So if this is the case that they aren't making them, then I'll probably believe that they're just doing it for the letter that they found, if that's the case. But I don't know, man. It's weird to me, right? I'm like, listen, you can remake them. Remake whatever you want to remake. People still have the originals. If you don't like the remake, you can always go back and watch the originals. The originals will never go anywhere, right? But if we didn't get remakes, then we wouldn't have had the remake to Jungle Book. And I'm sorry, but Jungle Book, I think, was the best one. Still to this day, it was fire. I could watch that one. Actually, maybe I should watch it again because I've only watched it once or twice. But Jungle Book was really good. A lot of people didn't like The Lion King. I thought The Lion King was okay. You know, there was no expression on the lion's face and whatever. Yeah, I get it. But I didn't hate the movie either. I thought it was well done as well. Pete's Dragon is supposed to be amazing, right? That's considered one of the best ones as well, too. I haven't seen it yet, but that's supposed to be really good. So if you're going to take away these remakes, then you're going to get people, you're not going to get these classic movies. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have to go through some shit to get a masterpiece or to get a really good movie, right? Marvel hasn't put out good movies all the time, right? They stick to the course. You get a few good movies here or there. Got my tickets to Multiverse of Madness, so that'll be coming up next month. Can't wait for that. But you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not on this vibe of where, oh my God, you can't do remakes and don't remake. They remade Bel Air, Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That shit is fire, right? They remade it. The first one, anyways, was really good. The second one was all right. It wasn't bad, but the first one was fucking amazing. I think the first one was actually better than the originals, to be honest with you. So for me, I'm like, if you wanna remake these movies, then remake these movies. I guess if that's what Walt Disney really said, then you can honor that if you want to, but you don't have to, because that was just a letter he wrote. That was his suggestion. So if you really want to remake these movies, you can do it. And I would personally still remake them. I would just make sure that we got a script that's on point and tight. I'd at least want to try and make it as good or as better than the original. So, but that's just me.
Okay. Danny, 3 minutes.
Danny fell out.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go for 3 minutes. We'll see if we can get it right. Here we go. Man, I say it 1,000 times. And I think who was it? David Quintana right there. Following wishes isn't their forte. Absolutely 100% right. Disney uses excuses and redirects people with this type of thing. They know people are up in arms about The Little Mermaid, the casting choice. They know people are up in arms about Snow White and the casting choice. And I am not going to get into the politics behind a lot of that. But what I will say is they know there's a lot of political theater going on around their movies. And they probably see that they could end up losing a lot more than they're going to gain on some of this. And for them, it's easier to say, hey, look, we have a letter where Walt Disney told us that we shouldn't do this. And so we're Disney. We have to listen to Walt. Walt's our God. He is the man who came up with all of these things. It's easier, and it sounds really good, that you're following the founders' wishes. But let's be honest, if they're following the founders' wishes, Imagineering, if you know what I'm talking about, people who are around Disney, they know what the Imagineers were. The Imagineers were the ones that came up with Walt Disney World, and Disneyland, and Epcot Center, and all this just crazy stuff. The Hall of Presidents, the people that came up with animatronics. I mean, Imagineering was such a big thing. It doesn't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. All they do is retread the same thing over and over. They remake, they redo, add another number at the end of Toy Story, whatever. And it's stale. This is an excuse because we don't see from the rest of the things that Disney does that they're really trying to follow Walt's wishes. I mean, I can't say that all of them are bad. I liked Aladdin. I liked Lion King. Jungle Book. I
forgot about cool. Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jungle Book was really cool, but yeah, we don't talk Will Smith right now, though. But I don't think they're bad. Beauty and the Beast, I like Beauty and the Beast. It was all right. But I don't see the point of remaking every damn thing because it's like, what's the point of it? We have these timeless classics, and I agree with what Walt Disney says. And I think that Disney is just using it as a way to throw away some movies and not get called out for it. And not get blamed for, oh, you knew this was shit, so you're backing out now. They have a thing. But the whole found this letter thing, no, they've had this thing forever. You don't find these letters. In fact, if I remember right, they said they found it in a manila envelope on Bob Iger's desk.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that get hidden like that? It doesn't make any sense. So, All right, Danny, 3 minutes. Go.
Tell me the question again. I want to make sure I answer this correctly.
All right. So Disney, the article I sent you basically states that they found a letter that was because Walt Disney has written a lot of letters and memoirs and different things like that he passed around and whatever. And this letter particularly stated that he believed that their animated movies that they did, that he put his heart and soul, and the people who animated it, people who voiced these things, put their heart and soul into these classics, and that they not only shouldn't be remade, he uses the term, if I remember right, they cannot be remade. And now Disney is claiming because of this letter that they are going to scrap, starting May 1st, they're going to scrap every live-action remake. Now, I do not know if that means Snow White and The Little Mermaid are scrapped or if they're going to finish those and be done. I'm not sure. But May 1st, they're scrapping all live-action remakes from this point on. So, but they're using this letter as the reason why they're doing it, to follow Walt's wishes. But do you believe that it's them really following Walt's wishes, or do you believe it's bullshit? They know people are up in arms about the casting choices for Little Mermaid and Snow White, and that this is just an escape and an excuse to look like, oh, look what we're doing. We're honoring his wishes, when they're really just trying to pull out and leave Dodge.
Okay.
3 minutes, go.
I think Disney don't give a shit about what we think. It's their property. they got so much property that we're going to watch it, even though we say we don't. There's only a select few of us that say, I'm not supporting Disney, and then actually stick to it. But Disney owns so much stuff. ABC, ESPN. I'm not stopped watching sports. I can tell you that right now. I ain't stopped watching First Take. I ain't watching other things that come on sports and all that stuff. I'm not doing it. So at the end of the day, they may say if they do it, it's because they want to do it. Not because Walt Disney said, I don't want y'all to do that. Because I'm pretty sure there's nobody in his estate that's going to honor that memory, because that's probably what that would affect their monthly, yearly, whatever check they get from the dividends of all his material and intellectual property that he owns. So nobody is going to stop that golden goose from laying eggs. I think Disney probably did say stuff to see whether it'll stick. Oh, let's say this and see how people take it. If it sounds good, enough people take it, they'll roll with it. If not, then I have no reason to believe that Disney's going to stop doing what they want to do because we say this sucks. I just don't think they're going to do it. I know, and I'm going to keep going back to Star Wars. If I pay $4 billion for it, I'm going to do what the hell Danny want to do with it. So Disney, I don't know what they pay for or how much they're worth, whatever, but they're going to do what the hell they want to do because they own 60, 70% of the kingdom. So who's going to stop them? So I think it's just something maybe sound good to them or something, or it's something they're saying and see, hey, Anzo and Danny says it sounds good. Chris said it doesn't. Oh, fuck Chris. We're going with Danny and Anzo. So that's what I think it is. So Disney's going to do what Disney's going to do. They really don't care what we think. They're going to continue to do stuff that appeal for kids. And if your kid want to see a live action Snow White or a live action Lion King or a live action whatever, you're gonna take your kid to go see it. That's just what I believe. I don't know how many times I took my grandsons to see stuff that I really didn't want to see, but I didn't want to hear their mouths. I want to see. So as long as we got kids, and I don't think the kids stop coming, Disney's gonna thrive and be well. So
I'm exactly where you are, Danny. Like, you know what I mean? We always have the original. So if they want to go back to the originals, and go back to the originals. And if they didn't make these remakes, then we wouldn't have had like Jungle Book and good movies like that, you know? It's dumb.
Yeah.
All right. As now, here's the thing. I actually had a friend of mine who works with. I have a friend of mine that actually works within Walt Disney Productions that tipped me off to this, and he even says this just sounds like bullshit. So, Robert, that's where I got it from, and I didn't know about it until then, and I looked up some stuff on it. I was like, holy shit. But I call bullshit on this. Listen, now, thanks to the mousekeeping staff at Walt Disney Company offices in Burbank, California, the company has announced the end of all Disney remakes effective May 1st. 2 members of the mousekeeping team responsible for keeping offices at Disney sparkling and magical came across a file folder on the desk where former CEO Bob Iger sat during the last years of his time at the House of Mouse. The folder caught the eye of the custodial duo, and it shimmered and sparkled, much like the iridescence seen at the Walt Disney World as part of the park's 50th anniversary celebration. Custodians quickly took the folder to a supervisor, who turned it over to management at Disney. Ultimately, the file folder made its way to the new CEO's desk, Bob Chapek, who says he was surprised by its contents. The folder was so brilliant, I had to shield my eyes. And what he found inside rendered him speechless for several moments. The file contained an addendum to Walt Disney's final directives. The document titled reads Sequels, Disney Remakes, and Revisits, though it reads more like a letter to the future purveyors of Disney Company. Animation is a thing of wonder, Walt Disney writes. It speaks to the child in all of us, whether we are 4 or 64. I put my heart, my soul, and a few times my life savings into these brilliant features. They cannot be made over. They cannot be revisited. They encapsulate a season of innocence and childhood simplicity, of joy, a joy unspeakable, not found in other venues. Creating is, by definition, making something from nothing. to remake a film, to take what was and even to grow it from there is not creativity, and what is being made is not from nothing. My hope is that the Disney name, the Disney brand, and all that the name means to children and to the child in all of us will forever remain as now a hallmark of innocence, an imagination of wonder. As I've said before, by nature, I am an experimenter. And to this day, I don't believe in sequels. I cannot follow popular cycles. I have to move on to new things. So with success of Mickey, I have always been determined to diversify. Long after this Disney is gone, the Walter Elias version, it is my sincerest hope and dream and request that sequels and remakes of classics be stuff of others, the stuff of competitors, but that they never come from the stuff of Disney. For it is at the point of remaking and taking from another's creativity and imaginative prowess that we know that the true creativity, like Walter Elias Disney, has ceased to be. And that will be a sad day indeed. And as always, let us never forget one thing, that it all began with a mouse, and his name was Mickey. It reads very much like a lot of stuff that Walt Disney wrote. Now, can somebody write it? Yes, that's fine. But that's fine, Robert. Go ahead. I mean, like I said, I didn't hear anything about this until yesterday or the day before, truthfully. So
I don't know,
and
and I really, if I'm being honest, don't care because, like I said, I'm not gonna stop watching Disney products as long as they own ESPN. I am not stopping watching Disney stuff. I'm not boycotting. I don't care if they make every last movie in their catalog live action. I don't care.
The term boycott with Disney is such a hilarious thing because we've talked about this before. Boycotting that brand is literally impossible. I talked about how I go to get like freaking celery from the store and a Marvel character's on it or Mickey Mouse is on it. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Not buy that? Well, I mean, it's ridiculous to think that you could fully.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I really think it's crazy. Some channels dedicate their whole platform to worrying about things they have no power in even changing. And Disney is one of them. Disney going to do Star Wars the way they do Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Either you're going to learn to like it or stop watching. Those are your two options. Learn to like it or start watching. There ain't no other options.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't necessarily hate the remakes, but I do think that that's what that letter says. And again, if it's real,
the letter's probably real.
That's a
but
Disney. Walt Disney was very much like that. People, again, they have lost their track in this creative, this imagination thing that Disney used to be known for. They've lost their way in that.
Disney is not honoring their obligation to a man that's still alive in George Lucas. So why in the hell do you think they're going to honor their obligation to a man that's been long dead?
Well, like I said, I think this is more of a, if it's true, to go with Robert, if it's true, this is a way out of saying, oh yeah, we're wrong. That people don't, this isn't what people want. This is just an easier way than saying we're wrong. Oh look, we're not wrong. We're just honoring Walt Disney with wishes. So,
yeah.
Well, yeah, the bad witches and stuff like Cruella, Maleficent, and that stuff. Those were interesting takes, and I don't disagree with those. But how does anybody really know what Disney's doing? They'll never tell you exactly what's really going on. So that's the thing. Like I said, I have friends that work out that way. I have friends who, have told me that even within the company, unless you're high up, you don't know. You're just told. These people are told what to do. They're told to think a certain way, act a certain way. If you work in their parks, man, think about it. The people who play the prince and the princesses in the parks. They have to know, everybody signs the name of their prince or princess the exact same way. They all have certain lines they have to know. They have to learn how to speak a certain way. They have to look a certain way. I mean, Disney is very controlling when it comes down to the people who work within the company. So, okay, guys, we are not going to use the timer for this. We're just going to kind of jump into this one really quick. Ezra Miller's projects at Warner Brothers put on pause after arrest. Ooh, yes. It says that Disney and Warner Brothers executives held an emergency impromptu meeting to discuss Ezra Miller's future within the studio, according to a new report from Rolling Stone. Let's take that for whatever it means anymore these days. This meeting came after Miller's recent arrest in Hawaii for disorderly conduct and harassment after he yelled at karaoke singers, lunged at a man playing darts, and yelled obscenities. My question is, does this change anything? Do you think Ezra Miller is an important, integral part of DC project?
Nope.
That this is really,
he can be replaced tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Flash, right? I mean, if any character could change at any moment for whatever reason, it's the Flash, because the Flash can manipulate time, open up portals, or
he can change his appearance.
Exactly. I mean, so when I read this and when I heard about this, I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't really see this as being a problem.
Nope. I would get rid of him before it becomes a problem, and then before he hurts the brand and people get turned off completely. Because this is just the second incident he had, and now with the Me Too movement as strong as it is, you already had an incident with a woman outside of a bar. So the common denominator seems to be he can't hold his liquor.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to these bars, he act a donkey. So before that becomes a issue that they're going to be paying out some money to try and really maybe keep this on the road, or pay somebody off from going to court and trying to sue them on top of suing him because he's connected to them, I would go ahead and cut bait right now if I was Disney.
Okay. What do you think, Anzo?
Personally, I don't know, man. Hold on, I'm checking out something. Just give me a second.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, I saw it. I was like, what the hell? It just seems surprising that this was even a story because, okay, one, I don't think anything that I've read has stated that it was that bad. He was just belligerent and loud and a little obnoxious because he was drunk. Now, if he had gone and been punching people and pushing and like cops came and he punched a cop or something like that, okay, maybe that.
Well,
have we not heard of this? Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, supposedly he threatened to kill people and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, supposedly he did some like
that's crazy.
Was he threatening to kill? I can't remember what. Yeah, it was threatening to kill somebody for sure. Just can't remember the full details of it. But
I like the way that it looked, and he did in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I don't think he's an integral part. In fact, I know that there's much better people that could play the Flash, and I think, like they said, there's people calling for Grant Gustin to do it, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. So, and again, easy write-in how you do it. One last one here.
I know Danny wouldn't have an issue with that either. I personally don't think Grant Gustin is a good enough actor to be a movie actor.
Watch him out.
I'm just saying, I really don't. So,
all right.
What is that?
Last
what is
one.
that? A movie actor and a TV actor. Both of them behind cameras.
What? Yeah, but movie actors are usually a step or two above on a TV actor. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
All right, one last one, and I had to go there. And guys, hold on, let me see. Did that poll go up that I had? I don't even know. Hold on, sorry guys. Oh, I guess not. Oh well, that's fine. All right, I had to go there. Bad Boys 4 production reportedly paused following Will Smith's slap. What do you guys think about this?
I don't give a shit 'cause I ain't saw the third one yet.
Really?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Well, I seen
Awesome.
the third one. I thought it was pretty good. He'll be back. I'm like, I don't care. It's gonna be on hold for a bit, and then they're gonna end up, hey, Bad Boys 3 made money. Let's do it. I don't think it's gonna be like 2 or 3 years before it's a couple months and it'll be back. So
Dandelion 4? There was a 3?
yes, there was a 3,
There
which was actually pretty
Bad
good.
Bad Boys for Life. I loved it. I mean, I remember Bad Boys 2 came out. I thought it took forever for Bad Boys 2 to come out, and I thought that was it wasn't nearly as good as I think 3 was.
I agree.
I think 3 had enough time to wait, and it's like, okay, people really want to see this now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Bad Boys for Life. Yes, it was stupidly called Bad Boys for Life. But yeah, I mean, listen, no matter, again, I still kind of lean that this is all real sketchy looking. I don't think in the long run Will Smith's done. And I heard somebody say the other day, like, oh, they're not going to let him back into the Oscars. Yes, they will. He just can't vote on it. That's the only thing he can't do now because he left the thing. And you know how many people have left because they just didn't want to be a part of it? Let alone, it's like, to me, it's just not big news there. He'll say the right thing. And then I think August will put out his book and he'll probably end up murdering somebody and go to jail for some time. And maybe then they'll do Bad Boys.
Probably.
I'm sorry. That's so horrible. I hope to God he can keep us cool if that book does come out.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Jada or Will Smith end up dead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I really think even if he composes himself enough, he has somebody that stops and says, dude, just walk away. And he does. If that happens, I still say him and Jada are done as soon as that book comes out. I'm sorry. I don't care what type of reconciling you're trying to do. When details are put out there.
Either one going to shoot the other or one shoot themselves. That's what I think.
I don't know. All right, guys. I just wanted to throw those 2 topics out real quick. Thank you, guys. Everybody that was in the chat. We had some really, really good chatter going on today. Mystic Shadows, Shifty Giz, and Basel. Mama Bear, Dandelion Fluff. We had Orville Nation. We had Maria from T and Telly. We had Basel. We had David Quintana, Mia One, Robert Storms. You stopped by. Thank you very much, Robert. Who else? We had going through. I don't know. We had a ton of people here today. I appreciate everybody who was here. Great conversation, guys. Let's go around one more time. Start down there with you, Danny. Tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on.
Danny Graham, aka Comment Chat. You can see me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night here on this channel. These 2 guys, we try to bring you good content, fun content, good questions. I think Alzo's coming on next. We'll see. I got some paperwork to do, so I'm not sure whether I can stop by now. I'm going to do my best. On Saturday, I'll just read an article, man. I'll tell you, boy. NBA is getting crazy. But Saturday, maybe at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, catch us on Square One. And I haven't seen Moon Knight, so I probably will watch that after I get done my paperwork.
That's good.
I'm glad to hear that from you, Anzo. That means a lot.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Anzo, talk about the OOC. You're going to wing it. Winging it can be fun.
Yeah, that is correct. We're going to ring it for a bit. I have a few things in mind that I'll probably bring up, if anything. But OOC will be up next, man. Great show. Glad to be here once again. See you guys in a few.
All right, guys. I'm Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my channel. Don't forget, though, ChaosCentral.com and Chaos Central, this channel. It's all about you guys. Help us out. Share it out with people. Let them know when we're live. We had a lot of people actually sharing it out tonight. I really appreciate when you guys do that. But make sure you help everybody out that you see on this channel. Make sure you check out Anzo and Danny if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure you guys have. But, I mean, spread the word about everybody. So thank you very much, guys. Great show as always. And everybody, have a good night. Peace.
Peace.